Oh, well, hello, and welcome back. But again, I forgot to hit the button on the camera. Here we go. All right. Well, oh, why is it so dark? Let's turn this and move this. There we go. That's a little better. Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm AJ O'Neill. This is Beyond Code Live, and we are going to be going over. Well, we're gonna continue where we left off, which was we created some DNS records using the Cloudflare API for our microservice so that we can auto deploy it. We got to get to the delete and the patch and then maybe actually deploy to production. For those of you joining in, well, hello. I'd love to know where you are, where you're from. No, don't need both of those. Just where you're at right now. That's what I want to know. And what brings you to the channel, what kind of things you want to learn. And this is a live code and hangout, so feel free to ask questions. We can go off topic. We're just gonna hang out. Now, before I get started, two things. One, we're gonna have an unboxing later on. This is my M1 Max 16-inch. So I did the 14-inch. I sent it back because I realized that I really wanted the 16-inch. I just, And then for work, I'm upgrading to a 2015 15-inch. There's two of those in here because we got somebody else who's getting one too. Whoops. So I don't know if I'll do the setup video for that or not. But I definitely will do the unboxing video for the 16-inch, even though that's already been done. And the other thing was, last thing here, before we get started, was a word from our magnificent sponsor, but not really our sponsor, though I wish they were our sponsor, Mr. Mountain Dew. It is time to pop top, my friends, and open focus. Just the right amount of focus, though, not too much, because after all, we are hanging out. Okay, so. Let me get, where'd that terminal go? It has the goodies in it. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So let me bring this back over and let me see if there's anything in here that's of particular import. So both of the records look like this. I'm just going to say record.json. And then what happens if I just run JQ on this file directly? Will it spit it out nicely? No, it will not. I guess what I need to do then is cat record.json and pipe to JQ. There we go. So let's take a look here. We got our zone name. We've got the domain name. So it's interesting. Some of these services, the name of the record is just the name of the host name, just the subdomain part. And for others, it's the full domain. And I guess part of that might be, you could consider it's a little bit easier to set if you left this as an empty string, you either have to leave it as an empty string or put an @ sign or maybe put a dot. I guess there's different ways to do it if you wanted to update the root or the apex domain is what it's called. So the apex domain of the zone is the domain of the zone. Yeah, so for this one, it's interesting because you already have the zone name, but then you put the zone name again in the domain name itself. Just checking to see if there's anything else interesting in here. Locked, TTL, proxied, proxiable. Interesting. Interesting that it's not proxiable. Maybe it's because it's got the wrong type of record in there. Okay. And then let's see, is there anything else that we want to do? I don't know if we actually will have to handle deletes. We might not have to handle deletes. Oh, and you know what? I think I forgot to turn on my keystroke software. There we go. So now we should get these things when we see them. Okay. Let's see, where do we leave off? Let's go back. I think it's this file right here. Hello, welcome. Just working on implementing some API stuff in Bash for right now. Let's see. This doesn't look right to me. Is this where we were? Okay, this doesn't. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Hold on. I got to open up the prior work computer. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me, there we go. That's the problem. So I was logged in to this computer, but because I don't want to have the production keys on my personal computer, I signed into the work computer to do this. And then while I was away, got logged out, but the last message was still there for the session. So that makes sense. All right, so now let's see, where were we at? Should be able to hit up here. There we go. Cloudflare API. No, we must have been further down. We must have been into the scripts directory, the builder directory, and we were directly in here. There we go. Cool beans. By the way, since we actually got stuff working, I don't know why I didn't do this. I should just go ahead and do a whip commit here. I'm going to say cf get list and get work. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, and I need to, hold on. Well, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that one bit. I'm going to send a message real quick because I complained about this to support for this KeyCast software, that I said, hey, when I hit the shift key, it shows a letter of my password. And they said, oh no, it's not going to do that if it's a password field. And I said, I was thinking, I don't know about that. So I'm going to get back to him real quick and say, hey, I'm going to say, actually, it still shows the password even when it's a password input. Let me just link to the video here that we got going on. I'll just link to the current time code in the video. Let's see. Just 1 second. Sorry for the... Well, sorry, not sorry. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out and coding. All right. Copy video URL. Yeah, hold on just 1 second. Let me go back here. It's still... Toot. Yep, there it is. Okay. All right, copy video URL. What time is this at? Let's see, it goes all the way back to negative, what? Negative 11, and this is at negative 143. I don't know what to do with that. See here at what would that be? 10 minutes and hold on, 9 minutes. At about 9 minutes 30 seconds. I type into a password prompt and it shows the keys on the screen. All right. I might have to switch back to my old password, my Bob. Okay. All right. So let me get back in the mindset here. All right. So what I wanted to do was just I wanted to continue. I just wanted to save before I continued. That's where we're at. Okay. And then let me move this out of the way here. Whoops. Where did my other one go? There we are. Let me get that. That there. Okay. So I think if I just run this again, because I just created the record, so if I run this again, it should do the bit where, okay, yeah. So I have this saying, if the record exists, then update the record, otherwise create the record. Now, I think it's safe to say the create worked, so I can get rid of that echo. Or maybe I'll leave it there. I guess that's fine too. I think I would want this to have the my domain in here. Let's go ahead and put that in. So I could just put created. Okay, that'll be good. So if I run this again, we should see the update. Let's just call this to do for now. And then I guess, yeah, let's just do that. Updated. I could maybe put this like that, put it at the end maybe. Oh. That would be my current ID. I'm going to comment this out. Okay, we'll see. All right, my domain, my type, my new content. I think all that's relevant. So let me just put that in here. And the reason I put single quotes around things is so it's easier for me to tell if I make a mistake and it's an empty string or something like that, it's a visual cue. All right. I wonder, what if I do like that? Does that mean anything? Does that work? Am I allowed to do that? Probably not. All right, but let's go ahead and run this again. Let's see what we get. All right, so that looks good to me. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to say, we don't need an else here. I don't know why I put an else here. That was dumb of me. We're going to flippy flop this around. We're going to take this, these three right here. Oh, wait, no, I think I know why I put an else, because I think I'm going to have to do other stuff after this, maybe. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's do this. We're going to flippy do this so that we can just do a return 0 right here, and then we don't need an else, because else's are evil. We want to get rid of them. It's a code smell. I still accidentally use them sometimes because I've only... No, I guess I use them sometimes in Bash by accident because I'm not used to thinking as Bash as programming. Okay, so we got a CF create record create, and then we're going to have a CF record update, essentially. Where's our CF record create? And then we're going to do CF record update. Should be very similar, except it's going to be a patch. And I'm guessing that we're going to put a my record ID. I think that's what this will be. So got zone ID, record ID, and then we'll just flippy floppy these. That'll probably work. So we're just going to do a patch on the record ID. Domain is going to, well, we don't really need to change the name because we're doing a patch. So we don't need to change. Let me double check on what it says about patch here. Optional parameters. Everything's optional because it's a patch. So really all we need to change, because we know what we're getting. We already know that we've got the right name, that we've got the right type, that we've got the right TTL. Everything's right. The only thing we need to do is change the content. So really we can get rid of domain and type, and it's just record ID and content. And that should be it. That should be our patch. Okay, so let's do this then. And that's nice because it makes this a little bit easier to work with. But then we do need another if here, because if it turns out that the my do we have a my current content, my new content, my current ID? Oh, we've got a current ID. So maybe I'll just leave that out. We'll always update it no matter what. Well, we could, I'm just going to go to do, don't update when the record data is the same. Okay. But we're just going to do my current ID. We don't need to do that. So it's going to be CF record patch, or what were we doing there? I forget. We had record create. Oh, and we need record patch. Okay, so CF record patch. And then we're just going to give it, I guess, should be zone ID first, then record ID, and then the new value. Because record ID is going to have the domain and the type. There we go. And then this should just be flat out updated. And then with this, when we do the CF record create, I think it's fair to say we just put it out to dev null. Oh, do we need to put that on a separate line? Yeah, I guess we need to put that on a separate line. All right, so we can just take that out to dev null. That's going to be fine. And then same thing here. Let's just put this on a new line, put this on a new line, put that out to dev null. Except I don't really want to put it out to dev null quite yet because I don't know what the output looks like yet. I'm imagining it's going to be pretty much the same as the create, but let's just try to figure out what that is. Okay, so with that, let me just check again that this looks the way that I think it should look. There's the identifier. That's going to be the ID of the record. Then we don't need type. We don't need name. We just need content. We don't need TTL. We don't need proxied. You know, and the curl example was right there. Pff, duh. Okay. Okay, cool. So with that, let's go ahead and see what this output looks like. All right, that's just what I thought it was going to be. Cool. So we can go ahead and put that out to dev null. And then I suspect that when we run this again, I'm going to get the same thing. This is great. Okay. So, but we do need a delete. I have a use case for the delete. So let's go ahead and put in the delete. All right. I imagine the delete is going to be the same as the patch, except it's not going to take any options. It's just going to take the record ID. Delete DNS record. That's it. Yep. No options. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and put that in there. So this is the set, and then we're going to have the clear. Well, yeah. So I'm going to have CF record. I'm going to do it right here. Function CF record clear. I don't know if clear is the right term. Destroy. I don't want to get it confused is the thing, because this is going to be a one layer of abstraction. Because up here, where we have a CF record create and a CF record patch, we have the, well, in the patch we already have the ID. But with this one, we won't have the ID yet. So I guess that's fine. It's just that we have to go get the ID. All right, so if null, then we can just return 0. There's nothing to do. let's see. No content. There we go. I'll take the ID. By the way, hey, to those of you joining in, if at any point you feel like this is useful, you learn something, or it's just entertaining, you like the sound of my voice, helps you fall asleep at night, whatever, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share with someone that you like, or give a thumbs down and share with someone that you don't like. But I would like to know, who are you? Where are you coming from? What brings you to the channel today? We're just doing a code and hangout. So I'm fine to go off topic and to answer technical questions about programming, IT, game modding stuff, or even life, the universe, and everything. All things are fair game as we just hang out. But it'd be nice to know who I'm hanging out with. So if you don't mind saying, hey, hello, I'd appreciate it. Let's see here. What did I just do? I just got rid of this. Okay, no, this is good. This is good. And then we're going to do basically the same thing as the patch. But we're going to do delete. So it's going to go. All right, so my record ID. Why is it called my current ID? Oh, is that to get the zone ID? Hold on. Where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? My zone ID, my current ID. My current ID. I think my current ID should be my record ID. I'm going to do that. We're going to rename current ID here to record ID. That's more clear. Yeah, I think that's what I meant to do. I think I was talking and I was doing one of those things where you're talking and so you say something and then you type what you're saying. I think I was talking about something current and then I typed current ID rather than record ID when I first did it. But this looks right. Okay, and then delete. And then should have it updated. We should have it deleted. Deleted. My record ID, my domain, my type. And then I suppose it would be nice to print out. I think when you do a delete, before you do the delete, it's best if you can list, let's see, we got my record ID here. So I think there's a way to get one specifically, and that's what I want to do. Probably want to go back up to that. I think I should print out what the current content is, just in case, because sometimes you delete the wrong thing, and it's nice to have in the console. Oh crap! One of the ways that I mitigate risk is by this type of behavior, where I say, okay, well, how can we make the risk lower, right? Oh, and it's just ID. That's predictable. Okay, so we're going to do the get there. And I think I want to, let's see, I'll call this backup. There we go. So that way I'll have the output. So I've got I've got an undo button, as it were. Okay, then I'm going to say I deleted this record of this type with this content. Okay, CF record delete. Is that what I called it? Did I call it delete? CF record delete. There it is. Okay, so cool. I don't need either of these because I'm not going to be adding new stuff. Well, let's copy this and paste. Easy. What's up? Just learning anything from a pro. All right. Thanks for the compliment. Although I suppose when you have 10 years of experience, it's a, I don't know. How do you handle these types of situations? What's the socially appropriate way to say this? You call me a pro and I say thank you because I appreciate that. And I actually am a pro, but if you say you're a pro, then you're a braggart or you're being conceited or something. But the truth of the matter is, yes, I am an expert in my field. So I don't know what I don't know how to socially, because the thing that I notice people socially, generally when you give a compliment, people, they practice deference and they say, oh, no, you're being too kind, or you're being, something like that. But I both appreciate it and acknowledge it. That's what I'm trying to say. Although I don't know that yeah. Okay, my new IP on line 188. Let's go check it out. Oh, bless me. What? Oh, I put this here. I don't need those. I can get rid of that. Oh, wait. No, we do need this. There we go. We do need that for sure. Okay, we need the type. We don't need the value. So CF record delete. Yeah. Zone, domain, type. Good. Okay, my new content. 155. Oh, yeah. No content. All right. That looks good. And then if we do return 0, I want to say no record to delete 4. And then let's put that in there. There we go. No record to delete for blip 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 blip. That way we always get some output that lets us know that it didn't just end early. There we go. Perfect. This is great. This is a good place to be. All right, now the question is, how do I use this? So now I've got the functions that we need for Cloudflare. I think what I need to do is I think I need to abstract it away a little bit. So what do we have here for GD API? We have, I think this is to create a record, and this is to get a record. So I think when we do the provision, let's just do it. All right. So that is set record. Zone, sub and zone. And then what value? Let me go check this out. So where's the put here? Data. All right, yeah. Okay, so I think what we need to do to properly abstract this is pretty simple. I think we just need to have a function that's sourced. So essentially, I'm going to take everything that has a CF underscore and I'm going to replace it with underscore CF underscore, because these are essentially going to be private, and what is meant to be public, I'm going to expose as DNS. So I'm either going to source one or source the others, how it's going to go here. Okay. So all right. So we're going to create a function that is DNS Set. And we're going to take local, we're going to do same thing as this. Not this one. And then value. Where was value at? So my record value is what I'm going to call this one. Okay. And so we're going to set my sub and my zone and my record value. There we go. That's it. So this is our what we are exporting essentially. Oh, we need the DNS get. IPv 4.6. That's how I'm gonna. Because there might be other records that we want to get or set. Let's do it this way. We'll do our get, and then we'll do our set, and we'll do it in this manner. And then we'll do our delete. Okay, that's sub and zone, and no record value for this one. All right, and then where was our IPv 4.6? That's the set. Where's the get? Oh, how odd. I don't have that one anymore. That's okay. And we got sub and zone. Don't we need something else? Like a record type? No, we don't, because we're just going to get A and quad A, so we don't need to tell it what type. We know what type we're going to get already. Okay, fair. Then we just need to do... I have this back in my buffer where I This is probably so far, yeah. So far gone. It's, oh, there it is. It's right there. Whoops. Hold on. Toot toot. There we go. I was just getting rid of the, it was just changing the quotes around. That's all that was doing. Okay. So this will give out, oh, you know what? I probably need to use a different character rather than the colon here. Let's see, what should I use? Underscore, hyphen, because colon's not going to work well there. Let's see, let's look at the keyboard. What have we got? We could use pipe. Maybe just space. Space should work. Yeah, let's go with space. Okay, I don't need this anymore. Let me just get rid of this. These comments are not useful. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, my zone ID declares separately to... Oh, yes. Thank you, shell check. My zone ID. Okay. I don't know if I even need to really... Yeah, I like doing that. It's explicit. I like it. Okay. There we go. So we'll just put a space there. I kind of would like something a little bit better than a space, but I don't know. Because the other option really seems to be pipe, and I'm worried that's going to be a special character that throws me off somehow, you know? We could put a semicolon. Semicolon works. Yeah, let's do semicolon. But that looks too similar to colon, maybe. Comma? Comma. Yeah, comma. Sold. Okay. Feeling good. Feeling good. So there we are, like that. Comma. That's acceptable. Okay, and then we shouldn't need this. I'm going to get rid of this. And I'll put this here. I'll do .test.sh, and we'll throw this in. So Easy, what are you up to? Are you working on anything right now? Just kind of listening in the background, or what do you got going on? I think I'll just get rid of this for right now. There we go. So we're going to source Cloudflare API.sh, and we're going to run what? DNS IPv4 set, and we're going to do test example.com, and then oh no, this was just going to be set. That's what that's going to be. And then 127.0.0.1. Okay, so let me go back to here real quick. I think also I need to grab, there's a, Okay, that's the one that I needed. We'll get rid of that one. Okay, and so I need to go back into here. We're just going to have a generic, so IPv4 set needs to have, okay, so we do have that way. Maybe I should just have a generic set here. Oh, I do have a generic set, record set right there. Okay. All right, so we'll back the truck up a little bit. Yeah, so this is a set. My IPv4 should be this, and my IPv6 should be this. Maybe for parity it should be a space rather than a comma, because otherwise it seems that I should be able to pass in a comma. So now I'm waffling again. What should it be? The comma is definitely visually a better cue. Space would be easy to miss. Okay. IPv4 set. There we go. And I forget whether I put clear or delete. I think I put delete for this. Did I call it delete? Yes. So I have get, set, and delete. So I should be able to do a get, set, get, delete. That should work. All right, let's run this test. All right, so let's go back in there. Oh, whoops. There we go. That's the problem. It's passing the IPv4 address twice. Okay, let's try it again. Updated, created. Alrighty. 187. Where's this at? My sub. DNS IPv4 get. Oh, maybe I did the same thing here. Hold on. Oh, right. I did not declare those. Good. There we are. All right, where's my deleted at? So I think it's appropriate to just put this to dev null, because there's not really any useful information there. So created, got it, deleted it. Let's see. Do I want to do this? Let's try. Eh. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that back in there. Okay. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. Creates, sets, deletes. Awesome. All right. Cloudflare works. All right, cool. Oh, hey, I see somebody else joined in. I'm AJ. Would love to know who you are. What brings you to the channel? Oh, it's Kai. Hey, what's up, Kai? How you doing? I saw you made a PR on this for the Docker stuff. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to get this to a point that I'm satisfied with, and then merge this in, and then I will bring that in. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. All right, so that's working. So I need to go backwards now a little bit. So let's do what we got here with Cloudflare with this test, but now we're going to do it with GoDaddy. And then the abstraction's complete, and then I can go change the places where it says GoDaddy to either source Cloudflare or source GoDaddy, depending on which one is being used, which environment it's in. Okay. So let's go do this. Alrighty. Boom, 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 boom. Three more days of isolated order. I guess that's on the good side, because the countdown is near the end, yeah. And it was fun to bootstrap the project and see the docx to PDF conversion. Yeah, so tell me if you've got a good idea about this. I want to make it so that it can have an API token or not have an API token. Because for being able to bootstrap it and do a demo real quick, it makes sense to not have the API token, just so you can see it working and you don't have to futz with, oh, let me go set an API token and make sure that I copy it or whatever. But for the way that we're going to use it, we're going to have an API token, because otherwise, if someone happened to discover it, I mean, not even maliciously, just they happen to discover it and start using it, this is meant for one of our services, so that we can have this isolated in terms of its memory and CPU consumption away from the other processes, as well. More importantly for me, its dependencies. Well, I shouldn't say more importantly, but to have its dependencies isolated away from the other projects, so that so that we don't have the dependency. And so we need to have an API token just so that someone doesn't discover it and happen to start using it, because if someone happened to start using it, then that impedes the functionality of our project. And I think it could be cool to showcase this as just a free utility, but I don't think our customers would necessarily care. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I think it would kind of be neat to more prominently expose the functionality, download as PDF for whatever. I think that they would like that in certain areas of the app. Anyway, let me see about what I need to do here. Wait, what was this? Oh, I see what I'm doing. I didn't actually bring that stuff over. Okay, so we're going to do GD API. It's built directly into the provision right now. That's fine. All right, so this is going to be DNS IPv46 set. There we go. So what we want is, we really want sub, and then zone, and then IPv4 and IPv6. That's what we want. And so I'm going to take this, and this is going to be if DNS IPv46 set is set. And then we're going to take this and put it in here. And this is going to be function. And then I'm going to hide this away because that is meant to be private at this point. And I don't think we really care about this, so let's just put this out to dev null. And this is going to be if and only if it is not empty, the IPv4 is not empty. So if and only if IPv4 is not empty, then run that. Otherwise, if and only if IPv6 is not empty. And then the way I'm going to determine this is my IPv4 is equal to 1 or nothing, and this one is equal to 2 or nothing. Oops. Whatever happened to IPv version 5? Does anybody know? Anybody work on that? And then this could probably be just as well. Probably, whoops. Function GD record set. And then we could put in here, what would it be? Probably my zone, or my, what would it be? My sub, my zone, my type, and then my value, my record value. Let's just do that. Okay, GD record set. And then I'm going to have to pass those things in. Oh, wait a minute. This is going to be 3 and 4. Duh. And then 1 and 2 are going to be sub and zone. There's 1, there's 2. All right, we got sub, zone, and then we need to say my type goes here and my value goes there. So here we'll have my type, and then here we'll have my record value. Okay, oh, sorry, I haven't been checking the comments here. Wouldn't do the API auth in the project. Put the auth on via Caddy. I was thinking of doing stream myself, stream me watching your stream and me fiddle with my editor. That would be interesting. So talk to me more about putting the auth in Caddy. I know that Caddy has an auth module, but I don't know anything about it. But I wouldn't put the auth in Caddy for this. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't really matter because you could do it either way and it would be fine. But on my own, I'd like to take this, and I'm kind of committed to monetizing everything that I create from now on, because I don't care about open source fame much anymore, because open source fame doesn't really give you much in return. It does in a way in that it leads to job opportunities and opportunities to speak, but it doesn't, it's not sustainable. You're not likely to get hired by a company that will pay you to do what you did. They want you to pay you to do something else. I mean, occasionally it does work out, but anyway. So as part of that, I'm building out this payments framework, which is part of the session that I'm going to pick up, or the series that I'm going to pick up next week. And this is something where, I don't know what the right way to monetize it is. It's either monthly or per API call, some number of API calls free. But between the payments project and the auth project, I plan on putting auth and payments into every project that I create from now on that's a service. And whether or not it makes any money isn't important. It's just a matter of getting into the habit of thinking about monetization, because eventually, 5 years from now, I'm already well behind my target financial goals because of not thinking ahead. And so this is something that I realize I need to do. I need to be monetizing things, because the little dollars here and there are going to add up over time. If I'd always been monetizing what I work on from the beginning, then I would probably be independently wealthy by now. But I haven't been focused on that. Other people that have focused on that, they're independently wealthy now. They still work because they like to, because they enjoy it. But they have the resources they need to make their projects great, rather than just to get them to good enough and then work for somebody else or move on to the next thing. And I want to get there for myself. So that's part of the reason why I think that I would put I guess that would be a different type of authentication though. For what we're doing for this work project, the way that I'm designing this probably could put the auth in Caddy. But anyway, tell me about that. Tell me more about auth in Caddy. How have you used that before? What plugin do you use for it? I think there are a few, or maybe there's one native built in now, but I haven't used that myself. So I'd be interested to know. Okay, so we're going to do GD record set, right? Why is this complaining? References arguments, but none are ever passed. That's just because I didn't add them yet. So let me go back to Cloudflare here. That's just so I can pass that argument list. There we go. All right, so we've got, oh, this is different because it's different, duh. That's okay. So we got sub, zone, and then with this one, am I doing sub first and then zone? It kind of makes sense to do it the other way, but yeah, we're going to leave it this way. Okay. So we got sub and then zone, and this would not be domain. And then we're going to have type, and then we're going to have my IPv4. That's the way that this is going to look. Good. And then we're going to take this, and it's going to be the same thing for IPv6, except that the record is going to be quad A. That's so confusing that it's quad A rather than, say, sextuple A. You know, because this one is A and this is quad A. I mean, IPv4 is, I don't know, just the math doesn't work out for that, for me on that. Okay, so this is how we set the record. And for my purposes here, let me undo that part because I want to be able to test this. I want to see what happens. And then we need to do a set, and I'm not going to implement delete for this one. We're just going to have set and get. And then with get, we don't need this, obviously. And I'm going to go figure this out from, where's it still used? Provisioning. So I can take out the to-do Cloudflare because we've got that now. Whoops, GD. So this will be DNS IPv46 get, I think is what we'll do. And then what I would do then would be my IPv4. So we're gonna have our DNS IPv46 get, and then this will be my IPv46 equals like so, like that. Oh, except this should be local. Oh, I can't do it local because it's not a function. I should have done it in a function. Okay. So we're going to take this and we're going to do echo, and we're going to echo this other one here. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing with the IPv6, except we'll capture field 2. Oh, and I probably should bring these in together like that. I think that's how I'm supposed to do it. Okay, so that should work. And then, not really quite clear what's happening here. Oh, okay, so I'm just capturing these values, and then we're testing if the values exist here. Got it. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to take that, and I'm going to move that over into my GoDaddy API. And then we're going to do local declaration on all these. And I'll check the comments in just a second. So local, 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 local. All right, and then what am I doing out of this? Oh, this was just a record get, so I guess technically I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently. So let me do this. Let's move that out to the get. Do I have a record? How do I want to do this? Do I want to do GD record get, and then I want to pass sub zone and type probably? Okay, and type is going to be A. And then this is just going to be like that. Is that right? Okay, so let's go up here. This is really, this layer of abstraction is maybe kind of useless. All right, let's swappy do these around. I also want to swappy do these around, to be honest. It just makes more sense that in this context, zone should come first. So I got to go remember to fix that elsewhere. Okay, there's a couple of comments there. I'll get to those in just a second. Thanks, Kai. All right, zone, sub. Great. DNS IPv4.6. Set. Oh, wait. How did I do this for the Cloudflare one? Let me go check on that, because it needs to be exactly the same. Okay, so we are doing sub and then zone. All right, in that context, this one makes sense. They can both make sense. All right, and then same thing here. For the record get, I want to have zone and then sub. For record set, I want to have zone and then sub. Okay. And then what else have we got? Record set, record get. Okay, this makes sense. And this makes sense. I suppose that, I think I do need to check for the null value here. Because really, that's the right thing to do. And then we should do this null check. So if null is equal to my IPv4, whoops, and that should be closed. Then my IPv4 should be.
Dinner?
I will come for dinner. Are y'all doing it soon?
Yeah.
Say hi to everybody.
Oh, hey.
Oh, you didn't say hey good enough because nobody can see you.
Oh, really?
You have to bend down and get in the camera frame. This is my brother from another mother.
Yeah.
My brosif. There's two people on right now. Kai's in Korea.
Yo, what's up, two people?
Oh no, I think it's Easy and Kai are the two that are on right now.
Yo, you the real ones. You the real ones.
Oh, it's Dilarn. Dilarn's on as well. Yeah, they're the real ones. Okay, anyway, now that my focus has been broken, let me catch up on the comments here. Basic auth and caddy, your API keys need to be unique and short-lived. No, they do not. They do not have to be unique and short-lived because it's going to be a service-to-service API key. I've been meaning to better understand Cognito. AWS? Yeah, probably should, but I hate AWS. Everything they do is uber complicated. Ideally, each user of my platform could pay me $5 a month to have access, but I've yet to figure it out myself. Well, let's figure that out together, maybe. I don't know if our coding styles align well enough to do that or not, but if you continue to follow along as I do the payments, you were around for some of the payment stuff, so I was working on PayPal, right? So I'm doing PayPal just because that's what everybody already uses as a user, but PayPal is not a good solution if you're coding. Stripe and PayPal, terribly bad solutions if you are coding for true users. PayPal, because the fees are higher. Stripe, because it has all the disadvantages of PayPal, and then it has the disadvantages for your user that although Stripe is easier for you to implement, it's harder for your users to use. So, yeah, anyway. And then, cool, yeah. So the counter apparently is wrong on here because we definitely have more people than that. A virus guard on Mac? No, I don't. Well, but again, Stripe is super popular though. Popularity is not an indication that something is good or worthwhile. Okay. So I should go for dinner in a bit. He didn't actually give me a timeline on when dinner was. Okay, where was I at? But no, I don't use anything for virus protection on a Mac. I don't. It just, you don't really get viruses on a Mac. Some IT programs will, IT at companies, they require you to have virus protection because you're required to have virus protection. But it's kind of silly. So, I mean, let me just talk straight with you, right? The type of people who drop $2,000 on a MacBook Pro are not the same type of people who, generally speaking, are trying to download free porn, right? And that's where viruses come from. Viruses don't come from, oh, I was innocently checking my work emails on my work computer and oops, I got a virus. There are social engineering tactics to do that. I don't think that they'll work on Mac, although Mac has had 0-day PDF vulnerabilities. PDFs are scary, man. I think I've heard about more vulnerabilities in PDF libraries than anything else because they can embed anything. They can embed scripts, they can embed executables, they can work with the Windows scripting host, they can embed images, they can embed all sorts of stuff, and all those embeddings, I mean, each one of those is a layer where you have more binary processing that can fail, that can lead to breaches and vulnerability. But a virus scanner isn't necessarily, well, I guess it should be able to catch the PDF exploits, rootkits, and the PDFs. But anyway, PDF is the most dangerous thing that is benign, that the average person doing their work at work would come into contact with. But the majority of the way that you get viruses is through pirated software and free goodies that, So I think more than the architecture of the security on a Mac, I think it's the self-selecting group of users for Macs. People who are issued Macs at work are being paid enough that if they pursue nefarious activities online, they pay for them. They get the good stuff. And so somebody who is issued a Mac at work or has the free cash to buy a Mac at home is less likely to engage in the type of activities that lead to viruses on a computer. And I could be off base on that. That's I don't have any data to back that. But I did work IT for a while. So I know how the world works. Let's see. All right, so I did the get here. So I got this, but wait, why is the record set here? I don't think I want that.
Yo, dinner's ready.
Okay, well, I'm not ready yet, but I'll be out in a minute.
What the heck, man?
You can't just give me 2 minutes notice. I'm in the middle of some code, bro. It's okay. I'll come out. I'll come out soon.
Heck?
I've got one thing to test, and then I can wrap this up and call it good for now.
Right.
But I've got something I need to test real quick. I can't leave my brain in the middle. See, my wife knows. She'll let me know ahead of time. She won't just say, 2 minutes warning. I'm a terrible husband. Okay, what the heck was I doing? Now I'm just so confused because I got off track here. I don't think that this set is necessary. Yeah. I don't know why that was there, but it doesn't need to be there. Oh, it's because I copied and pasted this function. Okay, so now I guess what I would be doing here is I would just echo out, and then we're going to put the my IPv4, comma, my IPv6. And that should do the business for us. All right. All right. Virus protection is for losers. Yeah, I should go. Well, I'm going to test this and then I'll go because then I'm at a good stopping point. It sees either there's a bunch of people joining in or the stream counter is finally caught up to the people that are actually in the stream. In any case, hello to all of you. I'd love to know who you are and where you're from. Unfortunately, as is often the case when everybody starts joining in, I'm about to go because it is dinner time. Let's see. But I do want to test this first. Before I test it, let me take one last look at it. I don't think this can do anything bad. This is the test domain anyway. We got to set, we got to get, we got to delete. Okay, we're not actually going to do the delete there. But yeah, let's try this out. Okay. Oh, unbound variable. I know how to handle that. Yeah, I need to take a second to handle this. I got to copy that over to that production. Well, that's a development key. That would be fine actually. That I'd be kind of okay with testing that on my own local machine, but production keys, no sir. Anyway, let me go ahead and grab this and bring it over to here. All right, and then I should be able to bring this back over here, no problemo. And let me close out of this and clear the screen. All right. Let's see. Oh, not good. Okay, so let's see. GD underscore. GD underscore, GD underscore, GD. Ah, there we go. Underscore GD. I put underscores again to make it clear to me and anybody else that this is intended to be private. Oh, and then I want to do record get, not that. And then we'll do the quad A. Okay, let's try this again. And boom! Oh, something went wrong there. What the letter L here? Get and set. GD record set. GD record set. I'm a little bit confused. Oh. Interesting. Ah, yes. Now I know what happened there. Okay, that's clear to me. Okay, so the problem here is that I did the record get, but it didn't get the right thing. Ah, because I didn't put in my type here. Okay, so let's put in my type, and then we'll put in my type, and then I will go. My type. All right, so I expect that this will return only one. Yep, that works. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and whip this. Okay, and then when we come back, be VPS provisioning. Actually, it'll probably be a while. Well, I want to get the other computer set. So I might skip this. I might go to the MacBook Pro M1 Max 16 setup and then do some gaming. I'm probably not going to do as much coding over the next couple days and do some gaming with my Brosif. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'll prefix the title with gaming. It'll be Zelda probably, maybe Final Fantasy, but that way you'll know. All right. We got GoDaddy tested working. All right, cool. Oh, and I need to go do this.